What's up, everybody? My name is Babyboy1012, as you guys know me as Don Angelito. And today's review is Major League Baseball 2014, the show on the PlayStation Vita. And I know I haven't been making videos. I know that. I do apologize due to circumstances and situations that I am going through. And also I am helping my girlfriend move in, because she's finishing colleges. She's finishing her college, I'm sorry, tongue twister. And yeah, she just needs some extra money to help out. So today's game I'm going to show you as a little presentation is the Boston Red Sox taking on the Miami Marlins. Just a quick little game, mixed match game right there. And to talk about MLB 14, the show, some of the new features and some of what they have new, and what to expect on the PlayStation Vita version. I picked up this game on April 1st of 2014, on the day it was released, as I have a horrible starting swing. So let's talk about what's new in MLB 14 on the Vita. So, as you can see, the presentation is a little bit more better. Well, the graphic wise, because I have the audio though down. I'm gonna raise it up a little bit here so you guys can get a little hear to it. The graphics has a little bit improved on the Vita. Yes, it has, and it has a lot more smoother of a game mechanics. Some of the features are back from the previous MLB titles, such as the Road to the Show, Season, and Franchise. They also added a new game mode, which is Online Franchise, which for people who likes to play online, I guess you can do the franchise mode with other players. But if you want to play against another player regularly, just like a normal online game, you're going to be a little disappointed because the Vita version does not have 1v1 online, just a regular online. So if you want to play online with other players, I'd suggest you might probably do the online features, like the online franchise. But unlike myself, I'm not the type of person who would normally do it. I'm sorry, I know I left the game, but I wanted to show you some of the new features that they have from the menu. So, talk about certain things. They did change the innovation for the main menu, which is amazingly beautiful because it's not like you have your normal traditional way. So as you can see, franchise mode, you can do new. I believe you can do. I guess this is just normal. Unfortunately, I guess it's normal. I do apologize. I did make an error. You cannot. I guess you cannot play like online franchise, I guess, for some reason. So I guess that's out of the question. But if you do want to play online on the PlayStation Vita, all you're gonna have is the ability only to play the Home Run Derby only online. And yes, that is a little disappointing. But let's look at the other bright side. Let's see what else they added. Let's go over here towards the innovation for user settings. Let's go here. Let's go to user settings, what I normally play on. So they have the set as difficult. I know it says down here beginner. They have experience, and that's it. There's only two difficulties they only did. There's experience and there's beginner. You can set your favorite team right over here, and there's more game mode options. So they have right here. We are looking at the Road to the Show presentation style as broadcast. First person. First person is if like the introduction. What they did for MLB 13, the show, I believe, is when they took out the broadcasting completely, which was okay because it was actually felt different because it made you feel like you were actually more concentrated playing on the game than you had to listen to the boring announcers. Now they do show you the pre-game batting practice like they would do in real life. But on the Road to the Show Game Watch Classic, they have some new features like, you can see the all pitches equals, or you'll see every pitch for all the batters of the game, and all fielding of every pitch on defense. Result play only the final pitch of each batter. Result fielding final pitch on defense. Classic only plays involving your Road to the Show player. So I usually leave it to broadcast because I like hearing the announcers. Let's go over here to gameplay wise. Now I know it says rookie for hitting, because the thing is I do not like the guest pitch feature, so I have to put it to rookie because I don't want to have it on. They do have dynamic and beginner. And legend and Hall of Fame. Apparently they have for your type of play style. But the funny thing is that I find it a little bit hard to believe is that they don't have the Hall of Fame, All-Star, and Veteran difficulties, which is, I find it odd because there was on the all previous MLB the show titles. So hitting interface is timing. That's what I usually have. Hitting view, I have it for catcher. In play view, offense is a broadcast. And gets pitch off. Base running decision is assist. I don't understand why they would have it for, automatically for, So, if you're a pitcher, you're going to have a difficulty if you just want to pitch, just without some certain way, knowing the fact whether or not you're going to have the ability to make sure you're going to have either a strike or a ball. But I suggest you to use a meter. I use the meter because I find it a lot more easier for me to make it. So they brought back the postseason on the Vita version, which is great. I love it. It was on the MLB 13 to show. It was great. So they also brought back the practice mode. They also brought back the road to the shows, but they also brought back the show live, where they also let you keep track of everything was going on around the league. If you want to check up on your team score, just go to the show live and it shows you the presentation for each type of game style, just like what they did last year on MLB 13 to show. If you want to play a game or replay a previous game, what happened, let's say yesterday. Let's say if your favorite team lost, they lost, let's say I'm a big Red Sox fan and we lost to the Yankees by 3 points and I was kind of disappointed. And I can just replay the game. And they will talk about the game that happened that same day. So I pressed the Yankees versus Red Sox. I'm going to go here with the Red Sox because I am a Red Sox fan. And we lost. As you can see, we have the official lineup that happened that same game. They're going to talk about the stats that happened on that day and who and what happened. Now, the only thing that is different is that you can rechange the fact that you can make your team win. That's the only difference. Is you get to play the game that played yesterday, but you can make it different. Now, another thing. Let's talk about some of the issues. There is no online. Unfortunately, there is no online for MLB 14 the show. I know it's disappointing. And here is the presentation how it looks like on the Vita.
Between the Red Sox and their arch rivals, the New York Yankees.
And that's pretty much how it starts out. It doesn't really... Oh my god, what happened to Dustin Pedroia's face? It doesn't really show like a great and amazing presentation like it usually would do on the PlayStation 3. But let's get back to the conversation at hand. Let's talk about gameplay wise. What are some of the issues? I kind of notice sometimes when I do play by myself, well, technically the game is automatically always offline. I kind of notice lag on a single player game. I find this weird because usually this never happens. Why would there be lag when it comes to showing up the names of the players, or there's a certain play style, like when they show the pictures up, stats and whatnot? But I find it a little weird. So another thing that also a little issues I've been finding is that if you're in first base or second base, the opponent's pitcher will automatically know when to pick off. They can automatically get you out at first base without you even realizing what just happened. Some of those things, yeah, they can bother you, but I won't let it get it to you. But I mean, I hope there will be a patch for that. I mean, it seems a little bit weird. They also did brought the feature, the quick counts features, which is the ability to, if you don't want to play the quick game, like you want to stay like for an hour-long games, because some of these when we play, the games do last like about over an hour. So the quick counts is a feature that lets you the ability to simulate each batter's progression when you pitch towards your opponent. Either you'll be with a 3-2 count, a 0-2 count, 3 balls and no strikes, 2 outs, situations, and stuff like that. They also have a better animation when it comes to the rundown. Let's say, for example, you're trying to steal first base and second base, but you get caught to the rundown situation. They are the ability to tag you when you're running or try to tag you out, which is also pretty cool. But another thing I also noticed on MLB 14, the show, is the presentation is a lack of innovation when it comes to the announcers. Matt Courage is back again, and I don't know what's going on with the Yankees here. I feel like they're on drugs right now. I'm telling you, that Alex Rodriguez thing is really affecting them. Jesus Christ, I forgot what I was about to say. So, I really forgot what I was about to say. I'm sorry. But, okay, let's back up to the moment at hand. But, the fact that the announcers are back, the same announcers were, there's no innovation with it. I'm going to be honest. The announcers, they still feel as if they were kind of boring. I really do feel like they were boring. I kind of wish they made the same type of the announcers there was in NBA 2K14, where they were show statistics and they talk about what happened in last night's game. And they were more creative about it. They brought more information to the game. They brought more information what you want to do about the game. I mean, that's what I wanted to see about baseball. That's what the whole thing is about for baseball. I'm a huge Boston Red Sox fan, and I'm disappointed they don't want to update the announcers. I wish they would use some more better announcers than the people they have right now. So the umpires are able to make better calls at the plate. Let's say, for example, if there's a pitch going outside the corner, and if you think that it's going to be a strike, it's going to be a strike. If it goes a little bit too outside of the corner, it's going to be a ball. And if the home plate umpire doesn't know the right type of call to make, they will call to the third base or first base umpire to make it seem more realistically. They did improve on that. Now, they did add a new camera angle, but that's mainly for the road to the show. Let's talk about the road to the show, what I find it better this year, or what is not good. Now, the road to the show has a new feature in it. There is a prospect mode, which after you create your player, or actually, matter of fact, I want to start before you even create your player. You have the ability to create your player to look exactly like a Major League Baseball Hall of Famer. Let's say, for example, you like Derek Jeter. You can have the same features as Derek Jeter's face as your character model. But you do have the ability to control, talk about the stats for yourself. So, let's talk about the prospect. The prospect mode is right before you get drafted for the team you want to play for. If you live in the West Coast area, of course, you get to try for the West Coast for California. If you live in Texas, you got in the Central. If you like myself, who lives in Boston, you get to play for the East Coast. And also, if you are people from other different country, you are an international player. Let's say, for example, you are Russian. You want to try to play baseball for one of your favorite teams here in America? You can. You probably have international play, but I have not sure if there is international baseball teams. I have not checked. I don't think there is, but I found there were some international teams in NBA 2K14. So I mean, I'm not sure there is international teams in the major leagues, but then again, I wouldn't know. I don't really keep track. So, on the road to the show, after you create your player, after that you get drafted to your favorite team, you do have the ability whether to go back to college, whether you don't want to. But you gotta understand, if you do bring your player back to college, it will age your player before he gets caught up to the majors, but he will improve on the time he's in college. You can choose for a 1 year, 2 year, even to a 3 year college. So what does this mean? Well, the more you practice, the more better you can probably get. So let's see. What else do they have? So What they changed the whole promotion after you can get promoted to go to the AAA or major leagues or get caught up. You don't know what's gonna happen because you never know. You can be playing for the AA, and then you can get promoted to play for the major leagues. That can happen anytime. I'm not gonna say that's gonna happen all the time, but you never know what's gonna happen. They did add that feature to make it more realistic, which is a lot better. If you are a catcher on the road to the show, you have a lot greater responsibility. What I mean by this, you have to use the analog stick to actually catch the baseball this time instead of just waiting for the ball to get to you. You just catch it, automatically catches it. I tried playing the catcher because my favorite position was the catcher, and then I had to change it to shortstop because I had a hard time playing as a catcher. Now that I switched to shortstop, I play a lot more better. But now they did say your overall and your potential makes a big, huge impact. I'm gonna have to say from my experience, my potential since I started playing this game, since the release of this game, my potential has still been the same grade since I have bought the game. My potential has not changed at all. My potential is still a C, but my overall is already 99 on my road to the show player. And I find that a little disappointing that I'm already an overall of 99, and yet my potential is not at A+, which is kind of sad because they said that your grade is most importantly to the game. So let's talk about some of the camera angles on the road to the show. Well, when I started playing to the road to the show, that was the first thing I started to do was to play. I kind of noticed that if let's say for example you hit the ball far and deep into the outfield, camera angle makes it look like you're hitting a home run, and it just goes so low to the point that, oh my God, it's a home run, it's out of here. And in reality, it's gonna be an out. I wish they can fix the camera angle. It's not really good, but I did kind of change it to regular one, not the one that they have the new one. So seriously. So I didn't like the new camera angle, so I changed it back to the normal one that I had. So there isn't, let's say for example, remember the objective you have to do certain advancement situation in order for you to get, you never know if you can get called up to the majors. They took that away completely, which I thought was pretty good. Now, when you're doing the fielding options, the one thing I gotta complain is, let's say for example I'm fielding after a batter swung and got a strike. It goes back to simulating. Like what? If the batter swung and got a strike, it goes right back to the simulator screen. I'm like, well, okay, why do I have to? Why can't I just stay there playing until the person either gets out? I remember they did that for MLB 13 to show, which was a lot more better because you get to stay there the whole entire time to help your team out together all three outs, and they get more better fielding opportunities. But they also had to bring in the ability where to have you did a good game, you get a certain amount of points. But my question is, how come you get negative points for doing an error that you didn't ever completed? Let's say for example, if the second baseman, if you're not playing second base, but the second baseman is the one that made the error by overthrowing it over your head, you're the one that's the consequence for not catching the ball. You get negative points, and that will affect your career towards getting called up to the majors. There's been times that I've been in situations that me personally, when I play on the road to the show, that after the second baseman will throw the ball to first base and overshoots it over his head, and yet I get negative points for that, which I find it quite disappointing because I get degraded for the way that I'm playing, knowing the fact that it's not my fault. But those are the minor things that you can, just shrug off. But should you let it bother you? No. I mean, if you want to just play the game just to have fun, just play the way how you like to play. But I wish they were made a lot more better because, you want to play the game how you want it to play. You guys remember when in the other previous Major League Baseball, When you bat, and then you hit the foul, the players disappear from the dugouts, or there's nobody there at the dugout, they just disappear. Well, they fixed that for this one, even for the Vita. You still are able to see your teammates on the dugouts, even if they're not in the dugout. So I'm gonna show you. Let's say, for example, this is an instant replay. So I'm gonna hide the box, and this player he got the foul. But if I go here to the dugouts, the players are still there. That's great. They're still there. They still show who's in the dugout, and even your opponent's side. They still show that. That's great. I'm glad they fixed that. That was a good thing. That didn't bother me, but hey, it's the small things that actually impresses you the most. Like I did mention, there is no online features at MLB 14 The Show on the PlayStation Vita, but other people has been reporting on the PlayStation 3 server. PlayStation 3, there's experiencing some lag issues online. I'm sorry, I'm almost mentioned on the PS4, even though the PS4 doesn't come out until May 6th, which is kind of disappointing because I was kind of hoping to get it same time as a copy. There isn't no community type of features. The only thing that they have on the Vita is that you get to read articles about your teams, who got injured, what type of events they're doing, what's going on, what's new, what's happening, and if they have any type of events. That's pretty much it. You don't have the ability to create a type of the community challenge they have, that you get to create a type of play or a flashback that could happen, or a remake what happened. So they don't have that on the Vita. They have that on the PS3, but I'm not sure they're going to have that on the PS4, but most likely they will. So, will you pick up MLB 14 The Show on the PlayStation Vita? I'm enjoying the game. I love it, but it's just some other things that I wish they did improve. There are some lag issues and some frame rate drops, which I'm kind of surprised on the Vita, which I don't think that. But overall, the game is great. It has improved. The game mechanics are a lot more smoother and it's a lot more better. But I wish they can fix some things. Not everything, but, just some of the things. Like, for instance, I wish they did not took off the multiplayer. That was kind of disappointing for me. Overall, I give MLB 14 The Show 8.5 out of 10. Because there are some issues, camera angles issues, and mechanic issues sometimes that you don't know what's happening. But I do, right before I leave, I want to show you something. Remember when you guys used to press down the D-pad on your Vita so you can look back? Well, that's completely gone. Now it's this. You have to use this, the left trigger button, which is kind of annoying because you forget so many times. And then in order for you to throw it to first, you have to use this, the R button, and then press the select the button you want to throw to, which is kind of odd. Or is it the left trigger? I forgot. I'll show you right now, very quickly, right before I end this review. Like I said, let's see. You hold down the left trigger button after you select your pitch, and it shows your player right there, and select circle button, then you can pick them off. But from what I've been noticing is that when you're on your opponent's side, it's like they can tell when exactly to pick you off very quickly. That gets a little bit annoying. That happens to me several times when I play MLB The Show on Road to the Show, which kind of gets a little aggravating because I'm trying to still help make sure I'm on the bottom of the inning. Wait, why do I must replace John Lackey for? What's going on here? What happened? So that's it. That's pretty much all I gotta cover for MLB 14 The Show. What I think about it, man? The game is great, despite having some not having everything you thought you were gonna have, thinking you're gonna have, related to the closest to the consoles. But what can you do? I mean, it's a PlayStation Vita, and there's certain things that you can have when you can't have. But not everything can be perfect. So my last and final review about MLB 14 The Show on the PlayStation Vita is 8.5 out of 10. MLB 14, the show, is now available to pick up in stores for the PlayStation Vita and PlayStation 3. It was released on April 1st. If you want to wait for your copy on the PlayStation 4, it's May 6th, next month, 23 days away, or 22 days ahead if you watch this video tomorrow or another day. So, just hopefully once we get the PlayStation version, everything will be a lot better and most of the bugs will be fixed. That is it for me, guys. Thank you for your support for all the many months, and thank you for being patient. I know I haven't been making any videos, but hopefully I can make some more reviews for you guys. And since I don't have a computer, I have to use my phone till further notice. But hopefully once I get a new computer, I can get back in action, start recording some more gameplays, and hopefully I can get an Elgato game capture card so that way I can record some PS4 gameplay for you guys and upload them to YouTube. But of course, I have to obey the new rules on YouTube, especially cutting off the music at all times for every single game. So, that is it for me. My name is Don Angelito, and this is my review of MLB 14, the show on the PlayStation Vita. You should definitely give it the opportunity to pick it up, even though it doesn't have multiplayer, but hey, you can still have fun. I'm still having fun. I love the game. I play it almost every single day when I get the opportunity. When I get a chance, because I do gotta help out my girlfriend now. So that is it for me, guys, and thank you for watching this video, and I hope if you have any questions, do comment. I will be gladly to answer. So write, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends if you find this video quite useful. But if you are having some issues, let me know. Let me know what type of issues you guys are having. But like always, I'll see you guys in the next video.